Hello, I'm Jay Wilcox. Thanks for tuning in to Sports Jam.
And I'm John Jacobson. Today on the show, highlights from section girls swimming and diving and state volleyball. And later, meeting an emotional leader for the Totino-Grace football team. Let's get started with the prep football playoffs. Osseo and Totino-Grace met in Week 8 of the regular season, and the Orioles won, giving them the championship of the West Division in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Each team advanced to the Class 6A playoffs, where they met in the state quarterfinals last Friday. First quarter, and Eagles fullback Kai Barber runs up the middle for 16 yards, coming a half yard short of the end zone. It set up a Lance Bennick touchdown run. Extra point miss, 6-0 Grace. Osseo comes right back. Justin Ekior gets the Orioles on the board with a 3-yard touchdown run. Osseo's up 7-6 after a quarter. Second quarter, Prince Crew on a fourth down play runs 18 yards for a touchdown. The Orioles lead 13-12. They'd go up 20-12 at halftime. Third quarter, Bennick bounces outside to score the second of his 3 touchdowns. The Eagles convert a 2-point conversion, tie the game at 20. Next drive for Osseo, and Matt Medke on the play action goes deep. And it's Josh Goldschmidt for a 43-yard scoring strike. Osseo retakes the lead, 118 yards receiving for Goldschmidt on the night. Tied at 27 in the fourth quarter, Eagles quarterback Seth Sewell hits Kai Barber, making a great catch for the touchdown. Grace up 34-27. Just over a minute to go. Jamin Hampton scores a 12-yard touchdown run. Osseo's within a point, 34-33. They go for 2, but Medke's throw, intended for Joshua Riley Phillips, is picked off by Darius Rogers as the Eagles hold on and advance to the state semifinals. A different feel for the Eagles this time around against the Orioles.
We came out with more emotion, I would say. You know, last game we weren't very passionate about it. They came out with more effort than us, and this game we came out and executed, had fun, showed a little bit more emotion, and I think that helped us a lot.
So for the second time this season, Totino-Grace faces Eden Prairie. EP won the first time around back in Week 3. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock Friday at the Metrodome. After their Grace win over Osseo, I talked with 12 Sports football analyst Joe Moline about the game. Joe, a great football game here tonight with Totino-Grace winning by a point. Tons of big plays in this game. It's hard to pinpoint one play, and people are going to remember the 2-point conversion that failed at the end for Osseo, but this was a back and forth and entertaining high school football all night.
Yeah, you know, there's the end of the game play that's going to stand out, and that's the easiest one to remember. There's a lot of plays throughout the game that you just go, wow, that was a moment right there that the game could have obviously changed. I mean, Totino-Grace converted on a big 2-point conversion, which was a very big play at that time, and it really obviously turned out to be an even bigger play when the result is what it is now.
Second half, the Eagles cut down on their mistakes. They had 3 turnovers and a ton of penalties in the first half. They're able to clean that up in the second half. The players told us that the coaches stayed calm at halftime. They said, hey, let's go out and play football like we usually do, and that's what they did.
Yeah, I think they kind of just got back to what the original game plan was. Go out, make good football plays, continue to run the football, and then pass when it's open, and they did that. Totino-Grace was kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit in that second quarter, but we kind of talked about it at the time, too. Boy, they're only down by 8, and that kind of was the difference maker. It really speaks to a good football team when you're making kind of the costly turnovers that they were, getting those big penalties, but still only down 8 points to a very good Osseo team.
Osseo Orioles finished the season 9-2, a very talented group of seniors that are graduating here.
Yeah, it happens again to the Orioles. They seem to have kind of a heartbreaking loss to the end of every season in the last few years, but this year it was a step forward. So I think that's kind of the sentiment I'm hearing from some of the coaches as I was walking around there at the end. You know, hey, we got here. Now it's time to take that next step. And sometimes that's what teams have to do. You usually don't get it all in one season. You don't just break through, go to the state tournament, go to the semis, and then win a state championship. Sometimes you kind of take those little steps, you break through, and this was maybe a program difference maker this year in that they got here to the Dome, the state quarterfinals, and just fell 1 point short.
Definitely a close call there. Maple Grove went through the regular season and section playoffs without a loss. That put the Crimson into the state tournament for the first time since 2002. Maple Grove faces Roseville at TCF Bank Stadium. Maple Grove's D has created turnovers at a high rate, and they do so early. Raiders QB Jacques Pera is sandwiched by Emmanuel Erich and Sam Franton fumbles. Peter Olson scoops it up and takes it for a touchdown. It's 7-0 just over 2 minutes in. Roseville comes right back, though. A perfect strike from Pera to his favorite target, Jesper Horsted. The start of a huge night for Horsted at 7-7 after 1. After a Roseville TD, Maple Grove ties it as Clark Winnicky has a big hole to run through, and it's 14-14 with 1:37 left in the first half. A great 2-minute drive for Roseville, who ends in a pass to Horsted. He has 19 catches for 293 yards. It's 21-14 Roseville at halftime. Watch the hole open up for Winnicky, and he scores to tie it at 21 all in the third quarter. Winnicky later leaves, though, with an injury. In the fourth quarter, Maple Grove looking for the winning drive. Evan Pukel hits Brady Engelke for 15 yards on 3rd and 10. It's Pukel's first completion. They go for the lead, but Tyler Knutsen's field goal attempt from 35 yards is long enough but wide left. And then Roseville responds with a clutch drive that results in a field goal attempt for Jose Salinas, and he hits it. Roseville eliminates Maple Grove 24-21.
And tough losses for both the Crimson and the Orioles, Jay, in great football games.
Yeah, we've seen our share of blowouts throughout the season, but these were two really good games back and forth, and you had the feeling both of them could have went either way. Obviously, great opportunity down the stretch for both Maple Grove and Osseo. Tremendous seasons for both of them, and it was kind of unfortunate that they didn't play this year.
Yeah, they did not play, being in different divisions. Roseville moves on. Kind of a surprise. I thought Maple Grove was going to take that game, but they proved to be tough. That passing attack, very good for the Raiders.
Best night I've seen a high school receiver have probably in all the years that we've covered football, and their quarterback's very good too. So certainly disappointing losses, but at the same time you recognize they played good opponents too. Now to the state volleyball tournament. Osseo came into the Class 3A tourney with just one loss on the season. Osseo's in black against Rochester Mayo in the quarterfinals. Megan Pekarik sets to Shia Sanders for the kill down the line. Jaslyn Taniello delivers an ace as the Mayo defense lets this one drop. Osseo starts a little slow but wins 27-25 in the first set. Taniello makes the good pass, and it's quick offense to Sanders for the kill. And a 10-8 lead in the second set for Osseo. Off the Mayo serve, Osseo's timing is great here. Christina Bowe hammers it home on the middle slide. The Orioles prevail 25-19. And Osseo finishes the sweep in the third set as they win 27-25, 25-19, and 25-18 to advance to the semifinals.
The Orioles met Delano in the 3A semis. Tigers in black. Tori Hansen to Kristen Kreklow, setting to Alex Whittinger for the big kill. Delano leads 8-3 in the first set. Tigers are strong up front. Shelby Schurer is an all-Metro player, and she blocks Jackie Jones. Delano wins the first set big, 25-9. No one blocks Jones on this play in the second set. The senior pounds away for one of her team-high 15 kills. Later, a quick set from Megan Pekarik to Bowe for the kill. Osseo wins 25-21 to even the match 1-1. Third set, and a nice dig by Taniello. This play ends with a kill by Hannah Pekarik as the Orioles look to take the lead in the match. But the Tigers are the better team this day. The back set is Schurer for the kill. Delano takes the third set, 25-15. The fourth one is closer, but Delano comes out atop again. Whittinger blocks Sanders in the middle as Delano wins. Osseo came back to take third place in the tournament. I asked Coach Bill Kwan about his team season.
You know what? I'm proud of these girls. You know, the team chemistry and what they mean to each other. We already had our team banquet this year, and what the underclassmen said about the seniors, and just the feel at the banquet has been unmatched. So these girls together as a team have accomplished something that no one thought they would when this season started. I'm really proud of them.
And we'll recognize the top volleyball players in the area, along with the Sports Jam girls and boys soccer all-area teams next week on Sports Jam. That's Monday through Wednesday, November 18th through the 20th. Then the following week, we'll name our football offensive and defensive teams November 25th through the 27th. Jay, a 30-2 final record for Osseo. Megan Pekarik and Christina Bowe named to the all-tournament team at state.
Yeah, certainly a great year for the Orioles. By the end of the season, you just kind of thought of them as one of the state's best. I don't know that back in August that you would have had them up in that area. So, and also nice to go out with a third-place win over a good Eden Prairie team too. So great season overall for Osseo. Next up on Sports Jam, we'll head to the pool for highlights from two big section girls swimming meets. Welcome back to Sports Jam, and time to talk section swimming.
Starting with a dominant day for the area's best team. And off they go. Records fall early and often in the 5AA meet. 200 medley relay. Anna Petty anchors Wayzata to victory with a new meet record time of 1 minute 47.17 seconds. The team from Osseo also qualifies for state. 200 freestyle. Armstrong's Courtney Evanson sets a new section record with a time of 1 minute 50.49 seconds. 50 free. Colleen Donlin wins and is one of 3 Trojans to qualify for state, along with Petty and Sarah Lingen. Armstrong's Rachel Peterson also qualifies. 500 freestyle. It's Evanson winning again for the Falcons, and again setting a new meet record with a time of 4 minutes 56.05 seconds. 100 butterfly is a close race. Wayzata's Alexa Schaff wins. Otheo's Caitlin Strauss second, and Wayzata's Tiffany Wynn third. All 3 qualify for state. 100 backstroke. Wayzata freshman Carly Quast wins with a time of 58.45 seconds. In the 100 breaststroke, Madison Price wins for Wayzata with a meet record time of 1 minute 5.1 seconds. And in the 400 relay, Petty anchors the Trojans to yet another victory. Near the final team scores, Wayzata dominates the meet, winning all but 2 races and taking the team title. Mounds View is second with Armstrong third, Osseo fourth, and Cooper fifth. We'll hear from the Trojans later in the show.
Maple Grove competes in Section 8AA and figured to be in the hunt for the team title as well as qualifying a good number into the state meet. St. Cloud Tech, the site for this one. Maple Grove senior Christina Rudin comes into the meet with the fastest qualifying time in the 50-free, but just the 4th fastest in prelims. She holds off St. Cloud Tech's Katie Heller, though, to win the final. In the 100-yard butterfly, Grove senior Molly Hebzinski can't catch Brainerd 8th grader Katie Strife, but still qualifies for state with a 2nd place showing. Rudin again, this time in the 100 free, and she again holds off Heller, winning by over a half second to qualify for her 2nd event as an individual. Maple Grove junior Aaron Buck, after earlier winning the 200-yard free, dominates the field in the 100 backstroke, beating the 2nd place finisher by over 2 seconds. For the senior Rudin, it's a chance to finally compete at state as an individual, while Buck, who first qualified for state in 7th grade, has high aspirations for the final meet of the year.
Last year I had a good sections, but I was like 3rd, and it takes top 2 to go to state. I was 3rd, and then I missed cuts by like 10ths of a second. So this year, basically, I was just looking for redemption in one or both events. So it was really nice to have both finally after like working so hard for so long for these events.
I'm just going to try to beat my best time. And I mean, getting top 8 would be great again, but there are some really fast girls out there. And I'm just hoping to get top 8 again and maybe even move up to 3rd, 2nd, or 1st.
St. Michael Albertville wins the section championship with Maple Grove settling for 2nd. Brainerd Pillager finishes 3rd with Buffalo 4th. Rogers places 6th out of 8 teams.
And Jay, in Section 7AA, Champlain Park's Gina Grander, just a freshman, advances to state with 2 wins, the 200 and 500 freestyle races.
And congratulations to her. Also at that 5AA meet, Cooper set school records in the 200 free relay and the 200 medley relay, and that one was a record that had stood since 1981, so nice. Good job for them. Well, it's state tournament week for adapted soccer, and as usual, some local teams have strong chances based on their regular seasons. 5-time defending state champion Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound West Tonka is the #1 seed from the North Division in the PI Division. The Robins meet South in the quarterfinals Friday at 5 o'clock, and Okehennepin takes on Highland Park, and Park Center plays Dakota United in the other PI quarterfinals. The semis and finals are Saturday. In the CI Division in Okehennepin, winners of 2 of the last 3 state titles is the #1 seed from the North. The Mustangs meet Chaska and Friends in the quarterfinals. Park Center is the #2 North seed, and the Pirates open against Stillwater at 8 o'clock Friday. Stillwater High School is the site for the state adapted soccer tournament.
Should be some good competition in Stillwater this weekend.
Can anyone stop the Robins?
Yes, no.
That's the big question. So far, it hasn't been the case. Straight ahead in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet one of the leaders in Totino-Grace's run into the state semifinals in football. As you saw earlier in the show, the Totino-Grace football team is still alive after a 1-point win over Osseo. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet an Eagles senior who has made himself into a key cog in the Eagles machine. His high school football career's flown by. Totino-Grace senior safety and running back Carlton Djam can't believe how fast it's gone.
Super crazy how fast it goes, because I just remember coming in for 8th grade. I came into the football meeting here and saw Coach Ferguson. He came up to me and was like, "Oh, so you want to play football?" I was like, "Yeah." And now senior year, I don't have that much time left, and it's just been crazy fun. Got a lot of great relationships that I'm going to have the rest of my life with a bunch of guys who I didn't know until 4 years ago.
Djam, who splits his time at his parents' homes in Brooklyn Park and the Chisago Lakes area, has become a key contributor on both sides of the ball. He entered the state playoffs with 51 tackles, 6 of them for loss, and 3 interceptions as a safety, and 331 rushing yards as a halfback. He stepped it up at playoff time with 181 yards rushing and 3 TDs with 2 interceptions in the first 2 playoff games.
I play a lot both ways, but I'd say defense is my primary. That is my position where I don't come out at. I'm a defensive player firsthand. And then offense, I kind of rotate. We have a bunch of really good running backs, so we all rotate.
For all of his on-field ability, Carlton's teammates and coaches rave about his personality and work ethic even more.
He's very outgoing, very fiery, emotional. He has fun out there, and when we're down, he picks us back up, so he's a good leader out there.
He's a self-made player, which is the best kind. He hasn't taken any shortcuts. He's strong, he's athletic, and he's hungry, and he's a leader. He's my kind of player.
Djam has a 3.8 GPA at Grace, and he says the football players know they won't be able to slide through without taking care of business in the classroom.
Our coaches are on top of that. They always tell us that first thing we're here to do is to go to school. So, our parents are sending us here to get a great education. That's what Totino-Grace offers first before football, is a great education. So, parents are sending us here for that. So, if we can't get on top of that, then we can't be out on the football field.
Totino-Grace has won 7 state titles in football since 2003, including last season. Carlton Djam shares his thoughts on what makes Eagles football a program he's been proud to be a part of.
I think 2 things that have made our program super strong over the years is our coaching staff. One, I think I'd never want to play for any other coaches than these. They love us just like their sons. So we have an amazing coaching staff here, Coach Ferguson, all of our positional coaches, all of our JV, B squad, all the way down to the freshman level. All of our coaches are just amazing, and they really harp on us to get us better. But they say that they'll treat us with a kiss and a kick. So yeah, and then the other thing that I think that makes us really successful over the years is the brotherhood. I know a lot of other teams talk about brotherhood and stuff like that, but I think here that we've really made it a staple in our football program.
Carlton will play basketball for Totino-Grace when the football season ends. He's talked to several colleges, including Ivy League schools, but hasn't decided where he'll attend college. He'd like to continue to play football. Next up, John talks swimming with the Wayzata girls after their dominant section meet.
As you saw earlier in the show, the Wayzata girls swimming and diving team won the Section 5 AA championship. They will qualify a number of girls on to next week's state meet, and they join us now on Sports Jam, joined by head coach Elizabeth Hansen, along with Anna Petty and Colleen Donlin. And Colleen, talk about today's meet. You get to swim in your home pool, which is different. You've been in Minnetonka for the last few section meets. What was it like being here at Lifetime?
It was actually really nice because we were used to the pool, and we're used to swimming in here, which gave us an advantage. So, yeah, and it was fun to have all of our friends here. So,
I know talking to your team this week, the goal was to get as many girls into the state meet as possible. How did you feel you did in that goal today?
I feel we did awesome. We got a lot of girls in, so I'm really excited about that.
Tell me about this season. What it's been like to be part of this team again. It's always a lot of success around this program. Yeah. How has it been different or more of the same this season?
This season, we've been having an awesome season. For example, we won True Team State, which was a huge thing for us. And yeah, we just have a lot of really strong girls this year, which will give us a really good heads up or whatever. So,
congratulations on this win today.
Thank you.
And Anna, young team for Wayzata. You girls are both sophomores. Tell me about this team and the young girls that you've got that make up the success.
Well, we did lose a lot of seniors last year, and I think we didn't expect to come back this strong, but we've had a lot of underclassmen who've went insanely fast this season, and we've just become a deeper team this season than we thought we could be. So it's really exciting that we have all this young talent on our team.
Tell me about the state meet. What do you expect down at the U of M?
I think we're all going to do our best. It's going to be really close and really exciting, and we're just going to go out there and swim as fast as we can because it's the end of the season.
Good luck next week at state.
Thank you.
And Coach Elizabeth Hansen, another section championship. Tell me about the work this team has put in to get to this point and qualify so many as you did to state.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a fabulous job all season long. They've put in a ton of work, both in season and out of season. Most of these girls swim the other 9 months out of the year, and the rest of them swim at least 6 months out of the year. And so they are putting forth 100% effort within the 3.5 months that we ask them to, and then beyond that. And they do it in the pool and out of the pool. We have them do dryland and cross-training sets, and mentally they're constantly preparing. They're constantly cheering each other on. They're constantly trying to stay focused and trying to stay motivating for each other. So,
for you as a coach, is that one of the biggest challenges, to keep them motivated and to push them to get ready for state at a section meet like this?
You know, it might be at the beginning of the season because we sort of have to figure out what our focus is going to be and what our goals are going to be. But usually once the girls figure out what it is they want as a team, they wrap themselves around the goals and they carry themselves through the season. And so it makes my job really easy.
You won the True Team state meet, and the scoring at the regular high school meet is a little bit different.
Yeah.
That being said, do you have enough talent? Are enough points out there to be won where Wayzata can be a state champion again next week?
Yeah, well, what we tell the girls is that the state meet doesn't exist yet. And it didn't exist until section finals was over. And so now all of the girls that we got in, and the whole game starts over again. So it's going to be really fun, and we're right there in the mix.
Congratulations on a strong performance from your girls today. Good luck next week.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wayzata girls swimming and diving champions for Section 5AA in 2013. And again, they will compete along with all the other swimmers and divers from the area next week at the state meet, Monday through Wednesday at the University of Minnesota's Aquatic Center. We'll take a break and be back and wrap up Sports Jam after this timeout.
Stepping up to make a difference.
And the next thing I knew, I was over there. I mean, I could see he needed help, and I ran over.
Whether it was running into a burning building to save a life or helping others far away.
Those kids have become my second family.
They leave thankful people in their wake.
There's no words that describe it. I mean, I'm so grateful for the second chance I got.
Watch Stepping Up Thanksgiving weekend on 12 News.
Follow 12 Sports replays and live events on Twitter, Facebook, and Livestream. Watch your favorite high school athletes performing live on your computer or mobile device. Link to us on 12.tv.
Mark the weekend of November 16th and 17th on your calendar for the annual Plymouth Arts Fair at the Plymouth Creek Center. Find out more at plymouthmn.gov. Make plans to attend the Daddy-Daughter Princess Ball on Friday, November 15th at 6:15 p.m. at the Brookview Community Center. Call 512-2345 for details.
Our game of the week is our first telecast of the winter sports season as Champlain Park travels to Brooklyn Park Arena to take on the North Metro Stars in girls hockey. The game is Tuesday night at 7. Watch it live on the web at 12.tv or here on Channel 12 Wednesday at 7 and 10 p.m. And that will do it for this week's show.
We'll have state football and adapted soccer for you next time, plus our all-area soccer and volleyball teams. Thanks for watching Sports Jam.
You work hard for your money. 12 News helps you spend it wisely.
Money Savers shares advice to make you a better consumer.
Watch Money Savers on your local source, 12 News.